I always think that when a celebrity or streamer wants attention, if they've not been talked about enough or for a while, that they do a few things. They do something good, something weird, or something downright evil just to get people to talk about them. I think that most people are always going to be talking about Hassan, I shock my dog Piker, because he always does really weird and evil shit. So it would make sense for Pokey to get in some of this action and give some of her weird takes, or try to go after people. Now, I saw some of these clips posted by this user, and it was this one.
Fortunately, we live in such a self-centered, capitalistic society, and it sucks because it trains us to prioritize work and money above all else, even friendships, even being there for other people. And then, again, it creates a culture where people are like, oh, I don't want to bother them, they're probably busy. Oh, I've heard so many people discuss this, in order to have a village, you need to be a villager. I think that's really true. Like, if you want people to be there for you when you need it, you got to be there for them when they need it. But it's also annoying to even have to like convince someone to be there for you so you can be there for them. It's like, it's a whole myriad of things.
Now you might be wondering, is this really bad? Is this a clip that is worthy of being struck off the internet? Or is it just something that you would think, oh, it's just a really shit take? I have no idea why Pokey would want to get this banned, but in every single clip, every single tweet that I've seen this clip in, literally has just been disabled. And it just is really weird that Pokimane is trying to silence the internet for something that she said. And yet it doesn't surprise me because she has done this sort of stuff in the past. Again, it just makes her look bad. But before we go any further, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like if you think Pokimane is bad for this, or just generally think that she's not a good person. Either one would be cool. So let's go look at some of the responses that have been said. Yuka says, why is it always rich people talking about this kind of stuff? People are literally struggling to buy meals and pay their rent right now. And you're over here selling cookies for $28, complaining people aren't there for you. Girl, grow up. We're going to see the cookies being like kind of brought in for this a lot. And remember, Pokimane tried to sell cookies for around about $28, $30 and complained that if you couldn't afford them, you were a broke boy.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard. Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
Kazahana says, unfortunately, we live in such a self-centered capitalist society. Ain't she the one selling $28 cookies? She's literally contributing to it and complaining about it at the same time. Emerald Apple says, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Pokimane. Meanwhile, she is upset about the same predatory behavior she herself engages in regularly. Another example of toxic women who says one thing and then the complete opposite depending on her mood. Pokimane should do well to look in the mirror when calling out the toxicity. Clean yourself up first. Hancock says, coming from a woman who called her audience broke for not buying her $30 cookies. Is this self-admission? Hirohei says, Pokimane, eat the rich. Also, Pokimane. And then links into this video. It definitely shows that she's just going out buying all this expensive stuff and thinks it's absolutely okay. Now, she can do whatever she wants with her money whatsoever. She can do whatever she wants. But then complaining about capitalism and how people can't be spending money and all that jazz just kind of makes you think, what the actual fuck? Like, come on, Pokey. But again, she just wants to be in the news. She just basically wants to be talked about. Corey Walker says, this person is literally a millionaire because of gifts from her subscribers. But yeah, keep complaining about capitalism. Rock Solid says, lives in a mansion, wears designer clothes, calls her viewers broke boys, tried selling $28 bags of cookies, addressed them by saying, if you're a broke boy, just say so, bought a $12K engagement ring for herself to LARP, tries interacting with a working man with limited time once. There's a problem with society. Have you considered you might be the problem, or did you hit the wall too hard? Kavos responds, Ah yes, streamer Pokimane, who made millions sitting on stream while people with much less money donated to her, hates capitalism. Also, if you can't afford her cookies, you are a broke boy. Can't make this shit up. The NCS master wrote, "It's pretty easy not to have to prioritize work and money when you make thousands by sitting in front of your camera for a few hours watching YouTube videos. Not everyone can go out and buy expensive items, get engaged themselves, or do random shit that people would have to sit down and plan out because they're busy. People have got to work. That's a no-brainer. So when I hear a streamer who has millions of dollars just be like, man, I wish like people wouldn't have to prioritize work, or you're broke because you haven't done this, like it just makes me want to go, what the actual fuck? These people are privileged beyond no doubt. They make more money than anyone will do. They make more money than me or you or whoever. And yet they just have this entitlement that they go around. I think that she's completely out of touch because the world has changed. Things have become more and more expensive. There are people out there who just can't up and leave to do whatever they have to do with her because they have to work. I'm guessing that her non-streaming friends are all working jobs, and if Pokey was like, hey, do you want to come out for lunch or do you want to go shopping, they would probably say no, I can't afford it because I have to be in work. I'd find Pokey's attitude really messed up on this one. At the moment, people are going to try to make ends meet, or they're going paycheck to paycheck just so that they can get by and not go homeless or lose out on the things they need, pay their bills like everybody else. I find it weird that millionaires will always they'll try and virtual signal people into saying, hey, this is wrong and you should do this. When I heard that Pokey wanted to use the villager thing and that she says it's really hard to be there for someone, it's more of a fact that if you're there for your friends or people you know without wanting anything in return and generally being a genuine friend, then things are going to roll into place. They're not going to think of it as this is a transactional thing. It feels like if she's there for you for 10 minutes, then you owe her 10 minutes of your time. If she listened to your problems, then you have to be there for her regardless of what they are. With kind of thinking on this, with her being in the industry for so long, then maybe this is how she views friendships. You know, it's a transaction. Real friends don't think that you owe them something if they're there for you. If I'm right, Pokey may or may not have had real friends all the way along through this journey of hers. Every single time that I see something about Pokimane, then it's always bad. I've never really seen a good story about her. Either she's just freebooting other people's content, or she says something insulting to people for no reason. I always imagine Pokey as this mean girl that she'll say something to insult you but frame it as something really nice and then laugh at you behind your back. It's just absolutely insane. It's getting really tiring, to be honest, as well, when I keep seeing all of this stuff. It feels like she's not getting the attention she wants, so she causes problems. It just feels like every single time it's like she wants to cause drama and then thinks that people are going to go straight to her side to kind of like defend her or whatever, or that she can do a stream talking about all of this. And again, it's just so fucking weird. Anyway, moving on to this clip of Pokimane.
Anyways, how are you guys doing, my loves? If you think I'm a billionaire, you cookie bean. I'm so sorry. If I ever was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire for more than a day. I would give away most of my money. But I also think that's most people.
First off, what is with this weird British accent? Look, if you can't do a British accent, go learn how to do it. Like, go find a coach, take some lessons, and not that whole bottle of water, and then come back and just do a proper British accent. I think that all streamers should go and get British accent training, like 100%, because I think it would be more beneficial for them if they're going to try and insult or try and do accents. Anyway, I think the whole whatever bean thing is a bit weird to say as well, like just generally is weird. But let's be honest right here. Let's be 100% honest. We all know deep down she would not give away any sort of money. She just would keep it. She'd hoard it like a dragon. She would probably never get to a billionaire status either way. So, and if she does, and she gets to that point, I would imagine that she would go through the internet and scrub this entire clip because someone will remember. someone will say, hey, do you remember on this time and date, you said that you would give away all your money and you would be, within a day, you wouldn't be a billionaire. She'd be like, no, I didn't say that. And then hope that no one remembers. But what I don't understand is that she is a multi-millionaire. She has lots of money. So why not give away her money right now? Like, why do you have to wait until you get to that billionaire status? Is it like a Pokemon thing where you finally evolve to billionaire and then you have to kind of give it away? It's just something that she knows that she'll never have to do. She can say all this sort of shit and it's not actually going to happen. But yeah, if you're going to get rid of all this money, then why not do it now? Why not start exactly right now and start giving all your money away to charity or whoever needs it? But yeah, I completely forgot. She wouldn't be able to live in her mansion. She wouldn't be able to buy these really expensive items or generally keep the lifestyle that she is absolutely used to. Once you have a taste of all of this, then I generally think it's not easy to give up. Sure, she could sell some of her expensive cookies that no one likes, bar her tier 3 subs, or she could stream all the time to make that money back. But in the end, we know that she would never give any sort of money away. Yaizu said, Pokimane was generally upset and banned a Twitch viewer after they brought up her age and the fact she doesn't have a boyfriend. I think you know I'm not in my 30s. Here's the clip.
Why? Guys, when you see someone comment, like, I think you know that I'm not in my 30s. Why are you asking negative things? It's weird. Do you think someone like this I should... I'm gonna give you 2 weeks. No, maybe I should ban.
I don't understand why you would ban someone for this. Like, everyone calls people different ages and she's like 1 year off from being 30, or she's 30 really soon. The main thing is when you ban someone, then other people are going to troll you so hard that you're going to absolutely hate it and you're going to be banning certain words so no one can say it, or your mods are going to be on overtime trying to get rid of absolutely everything. They're going to keep bringing it up. They're going to keep pushing you, and other channels are going to be clipping this and talking about it, so you can't get away from it. But I'm going to guess that some of this is just going to come back to bite her at some point. It's just weird. Just ignore it. You don't have to acknowledge absolutely everything. Anyway, here's another clip of Pokimane, and this clip is also blocked, so she had it taken down. Pokimane ends a stream after 30 minutes with the worst excuse after gifted subs stopped coming in. I thought my meeting was at 2. It's at 1. I'm 8 minutes late.
Guys, I thought my meeting was at 2. It's at 1, which means I'm 8 minutes late. I'm so sorry. Love you guys so much. I've got to depart. Thank God I didn't get into a Valorant game. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. See ya.
And there we go. See, it's completely blocked. I'm going to call cap on this one because we all know that Poki is a businesswoman, and you know that if you've got meetings, you wouldn't kind of fit a stream in, and if it is 30 minutes, then why would you boot up a stream to talk for roughly about an hour, 2 hours, and then be like, I'm off to a meeting? Wouldn't you want to get that meeting done first? It would make more sense to do that rather than just kind of give a shit excuse if this is all true. If you have a meeting at, say, 1 or 2, wouldn't you just kind of stream after the meeting, because then you don't have to worry about everything? If this is true and she's not getting any subs or whatnot, then streaming for 30 minutes doesn't mean that you're instantly going to be getting a lot. You would literally be in there for a short amount of time, get your money, and then kind of go. It's just really weird. What do you expect to gain from this? Absolutely nothing. This entire mindset is so weird. Like her accent she's trying to put on. I generally think that there was no meeting. I think that she wanted the money. I think that she would have kept streaming if she was getting thousands of donations and then just kind of lap it all up like she normally does. Just for her to come in for 30 minutes and then just dip because there's nothing there, it's just fucked up behavior. Moving on to the last part of the video. Pokimane disliked Asmongold for having the worst hairline on Twitch. We're on Twitch. There are at least 100 hairlines worse than mine.
No, the hairline. My hairline looks cute. Guys, we're on twitch.tv. There are about 100 hairlines to worry about before mine. Ooh. Ooh.
Remember how I mentioned that she was a mean girl? She'll have a go at someone, try to laugh it off and stuff. Well, this sort of stuff generally pisses me off. I would imagine that if someone said this to one of her friends, then she would go on a rant on how we should be kind to people and not go after their looks, how we have to be there for them and how to make them feel good inside. Then there's this shit where she'll go after someone's looks for no reason. Like, that chatter was talking to her. She didn't have to bring in Asmongold or other people whatsoever. She could have told that chatter to fuck off or done whatever, block them. Either if you hate or like Asmongold, then going after his looks or something about him, which he can't control, is just bang out of order. You can't control your genetics, your looks, or whatever, but you can control how much of a bitch you are. I generally think that Poki has really spent time with people who don't really care for her, hence the statement about friends being too busy or they don't have time. The way she's saying she hates capitalism, but yet goes out and buys expensive things just to show off to people, or she's buying very expensive rings for the lols. I think that if she was serious about giving away money, then I think that, she should do. That would be absolutely amazing to charity or whoever. But I generally think that she will never do this, and it's just a thing to say to make people go like, oh, that's really good of you, Poki. Well done, well done. But yeah, I think she'd hoard all her money like a dragon, as I mentioned. I do generally think that she'll get called out more and more in the future. And again, please, if you're going to do an English accent, go learn how to do one properly. Just please, go do it, Poki. You've got the money to do it. Either way, I think Pokimane is a terrible person. I generally think her rant that she did earlier was completely weird, and I think that she is completely out of touch with a lot of things. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. And while you're down there, why not hit the like button and subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and hopefully we can do it. I generally would absolutely love that. And with that, I'll leave it here.